Alright, I'm really gonna do this. So I woke up today at 1 a.m., surprising I know considering my sprite and peppy demeanor and the bags that are totally not under my eyes right now. Anyway, I woke up at 1 a.m. and it was one of those things where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally awake, I'm ready to start my day, only to be disappointed when I checked my phone, which I keep under my pillow. Don't look at me like that, I'm not the only one. Like, what if I get a really serious text message in the middle of the night? Like, what if my mom's in a car accident, she goes into a coma, my dad decides he's gonna pull the plug tomorrow and I only have one more chance to see her before she's a dead, slowly rotting corpse? Yeah, bet you feel bad for judging me now. Sorry, Mom. Now, normally I'd be excited to see that I had 7-ish more hours to sleep, but this is one of those times where I pretty much knew that I wasn't going to fall back to sleep. And after spending about 45 minutes in bed, because apparently that's how long I'm willing to do nothing, I decided to get up and be productive. Now, keep in mind, I'm a college student, so my definition of productive is probably a little bit different than the average person's. I put away my clothes that have been sitting in my suitcase since I got back from Thanksgiving break. Again with the judging, like I'm the only one who finds putting sweaters on hangers to be a strenuous task. Jeez. And after that, I did the only other thing college students are good at. I went to the 24-hour convenience store and bought a Lunchable and some ramen. Keep in mind, I did have a plan up to this point. I was going to eat the Lunchable, pepperoni pizza with a Crunch Bar in case you were wondering, and then save the ramen for another day. Obviously, this plan failed miserably. Now, in between eating the Lunchable and the ramen, I was once again inspired to be productive, and so I decided to clean out my fridge, which is of the mini variety in case you couldn't guess that. That took about 10 seconds, and at this point I decided to look back over at the clock. And what does it say? 2:30. Seriously, I had only been awake for an hour and a half. I think someone forgot to turn on the Matrix because something is broken. I could go on to tell you about all the Hulu and YouTube videos I proceeded to watch, the nails I proceeded to paint, and the disgustingly greasy hair I attempted to make look socially acceptable. Now, since I wrote this, I have both showered and shaved, and considering that winter and finals week are both upon us, I am not obligated to do either of those things. And I just think you should appreciate that fact. But that's not why you came here, is it? Actually, why did you come here? No, wait, I'm not gonna question that. Please don't leave. I'm so lonely. But for real, here's my question. What is it about waking up and not being able to fall back to sleep that makes time move so slowly? Is it the loneliness of being the only one awake? Or is it the fact that we're actually experiencing a world that is just quiet, which in today's society just doesn't seem to happen? Like, think about it. Not only are you the only one awake in the place you're in, but you're also the only one checking Facebook and Twitter or Tumblr or whatever else you're into. I don't know about you, but for me, when there are no new posts on Facebook, my brain just kind of shuts down for a second because I can't comprehend the fact that my so-called friends aren't keeping me entertained with their way too long, emotional, self-promoting, cutesy statuses. And don't even get me started about when there are no new tweets on my Twitter feed. The truth is, I think we don't know what to do with ourselves when things are just quiet. See, I bet your brain went into freakout mode when I stopped trying to keep your attention with my rapid speech and overuse of jump cuts. I even broke vlogging rule number 1 by breaking eye contact with the camera, giving you the illusion that we're having some sort of conversation. Sorry, did you not know that was what I was doing? Now you know. But back to my point, why do we get so uncomfortable when things are quiet, and what is it about constant noise that keeps us comfortable in the first place? In my own opinion, which like many of my other stupid teenage opinions is probably wrong, I think it's because we don't like to feel alone. Now, don't take what I'm saying the wrong way, I think this is a totally valid way to feel. I mean, the only thing worse than feeling alone when you're alone is feeling alone when you're surrounded by a group of people, and I think in today's society we always feel like we're surrounded by a group of people, even when we're alone. Did that make sense? No? Stay with me. Whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Friends TV, or even books, I think we're in a constant state of trying to distract ourselves from the fact that we feel so alone. Again, don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. I love each and every one of those things. I just think there's a problem with the fact that we can't seem to function properly without them. There seems to be a fine line between using something to entertain you and using it as a crutch to keep you from facing the fact that you have some sort of need that goes beyond a desire to be entertained in the first place. I'm not saying I have a solution to the problem, or maybe it's not even a problem, maybe it's just human nature, but I hate the fact that this itch, this impulse, this addiction to be entertained seems to be so out of my control. I don't know, maybe I should start taking more walks out in the cold without my iPod in order to be alone with my angsty teenage thoughts. Or I don't know, something like that. If you have any thoughts on the subject, or even think you have some sort of solution for me, for the next time I wake up at 1 a.m. obviously, please leave a comment down below. Not that many people will watch this video. Oh no, I just broke vlogging rule number 2. Never acknowledge that you don't really have an audience. But for real, for those of you who do happen to stumble onto this video, let's get a conversation going. Let's be alone together on this wonderful thing we call the internet. That's what it's for, right? Just do it the way you wrote it, baby.